All right, let's stream it up. Coming at you, April 26th, 2020. Man, we're getting there. So we'll just wait till we connect. Wait till we're seeing for people to join. I think we're good. I think we're there. I think we're all right. Okay. Hopefully it connects all right and we stay and we don't have a problem with, losing the stream and whatever. But hopefully we'll be all right. Hopefully you guys are okay, staying safe in this crazy world we live in right now. So we'll just wait for a couple minutes for people to join. But obviously, spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead show, comics, spinoffs, Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, whatever you want to talk about. Post some questions in the top chat. Super chats are always welcome. Appreciated as well. Thank you guys for taking the time to be here. Going to talk about my book series, Fight For Us, a little bit. NFL draft. Anybody care about that? Anybody watch that? I mean, the world is in a crazy place right now. We're trying to get back to normal, trying to get shows back on television, movie theaters, movies coming back later this year. Everything's postponed or delayed, but that's the way we're and that's the way the world is right now. And we have to just be part of it, to be a part of everybody, to stay alive, to make sure, because this will pass. Everything is going to pass, that's for sure. But ultimately, I think that we're going to have, the world be a different place for a while, if not, for the near future. But hopefully we can get back to it. Hopefully you guys are not going crazy with, financial stuff, everything you can think of, boredom, finances, health, I don't know, mental health, physical health, whatever it is, it's just one of those things that it's just crazy to think of the world we live in months ago, a year ago. A year ago, we were talking about, a Marvel Avengers Endgame. That was a year ago. And now look where we're at. Minimals to no sports. NFL draft finally that was on television. So it was somewhat normal there, it was on television and it was kind of live streamed and live and people were there. So it's pretty cool for what it is. I'm excited to be able to be here this Sunday to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Of course, The Walking Dead. I don't want people to feel like they're alone. Some people live alone. And if you're living alone right now, it's kind of crazy to be out there. You're not alone at all. So hopefully you'll be able to have an hour of fun to be able to talk here with some cool people to talk about whatever you want to talk about too. So we'll talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 finale. We're getting information, but we don't know if it's true information, if it's correct, confirmed, spoilers. But it's funny, right? So somebody somewhere posts something on Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then it goes all over Instagram, all over YouTube, all over this. And people are like, did you see who takes out Beta? Did you see who takes out this? Did you see what happens there? And it spreads like wildfire and it spreads like this. When the information that I share clearly says rumor, not confirmed, speculation, rumor, not confirmed, people are going around and spreading it like it's telephone game, like it's high school, right? That's the way it goes for what we have right now. But ultimately, I don't know. Robert says, does this grind your gears, Brian? So hopefully it's a Family Guy reference. Peter Griffin. You know what grinds my gears? No. But hopefully you guys are okay and making it okay. And it's, if we already, say we watched The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 16, right? Say we watched the finale. What will we have to anticipate? Maybe World Beyond gets pushed back. Maybe we get to watch it. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we have to wait and wait and wait. But at least we have some things to look forward to, right? That's the good thing. We have shows on Netflix. We have shows streaming. We have television shows. We have stuff that'll be out there. Now, hopefully, the world gets back to more and more the way it was every week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month or whatever, We're progressing that way. And I hope that The Walking Dead Season 10 finale I hope it's kind of finished in middle of May and we get it at the end of May at the worst case, but maybe early June is what we could have. I don't know. Because if you think about it, right? If post-production is what's holding up The Walking Dead Season 10 finale, what is it going to be when they can get back to work? Because there's supposed to be phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3, right? So if you have post-production, how many people can go onto the Warner Brothers lot or whatever they actually film it up in California and they finished post-production? How many people are in the room? But how many people are on the lot and how many people are in the parking lot, and how many people are back to work is the biggest thing. So we don't know about season 10, episode 16, anything new. There's just nothing new out there besides the spoilers, potential spoilers, rumors, speculation that people are saying, and it's going around. It's one of those things. So thank you guys for joining me. A bunch of people just joined. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello. Everybody, hello. Check. No, check. But, hope that you guys are watching something to, pass the time. I'm wrapping up Better Call Saul season 5, and I'm loving it. And it's definitely the way, I don't know if you never watched Breaking Bad, definitely go watch Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is a show that is awesome. The series is, old now. It's on Netflix. You can watch all of it. And it's still great. I watched it twice. I ran through it twice. I think Sopranos is the only other show that I watched every other episode right now. So I watched that, and then Better Call Saul is the prequel of Breaking Bad from the standpoint of the lawyer, Saul Goodman. And it's definitely a good way of doing things of the show, which is Breaking Bad, and then a prequel spin-off type show that ties in to Breaking Bad. And the more that it ties in with Gus and Mike and Saul and the twins, and, it's just awesome. It's really done in a great way. Vince Gilligan has done a great job with it. And definitely, if you have not seen it, definitely recommend it to watch Breaking Bad, then I guess El Camino, and then Better Call Saul. Definitely something, if you haven't watched it, you watched it there too. So Danielle says, the Empire finale was awful. And for those who don't know, Empire is really, I guess, was a show on Fox. And it's about a music mogul empire of like a music family called the Lions. Lucius Lyon, Cookie Lyon, Hakeem, Jamal, Andre. And the show, it came to an end. The series finale ended on Tuesday. And I agree, Danielle, it wasn't good. Empire was not something that I recommend how they end it, because it was supposed to be 20 episodes and they had to end it on the 18th episode because of COVID-19 and because that they couldn't actually finish wrapping it up and they didn't want to wait. So instead of having the 2 final episodes, they had to finish on the 18th episode instead of the 20th episode. So I'm glad that The Walking Dead's not doing that, where the series for season 10 ended in 10/15. We're going to get 10/16, right? So hopefully we're going to get it sooner rather than later. I just don't know what it's going to be. But there's been all this speculation and rumors. And again, that's what they are right now. Unless some person, some source, some channel, some whatever has inside information, the information that I have had and shared with you is all speculation and rumors. And I don't know what other channels are doing. I don't know what other channels are saying, and I don't care, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to come across as rude or anything. I don't care what other Walking Dead channels say, do, what they are, because it's one of those things that they can say whatever they want. They can speculate whatever they want. They can have crazy theories and crazy things and on there too. And, I still got I haven't missed a day of posting videos, and I love that. I love talking about The Walking Dead and answering questions and Q&A, and when we get information, we share it with you. Some of it seems kind of crazy. Hopefully you've seen the latest things that are with the emoji answers, and there's been 2 of those so far, and there was another one that was on Reddit that is a rumor, big time rumor. So it's something that I share with you. Now, I clearly said it's a rumor, and I don't know if it's true, and it could totally be fake, and it could be. But I like sharing information with you. You can be the judge of it. You can be the deciding factor with it. I just share it with you. So for that. So hopefully you guys are all subscribers. If you're not, we truly appreciate it. And I say it in every video because it does mean a lot to us. And it's one of those things where all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to be notified if you want to be notified when we post videos every day about The Walking Dead and various content. But we're talking about The Walking Dead all year round, and we love talking about it. And right now, it's tough because there's not much material going around, but we still post videos every day too. So Jennifer says, Bri, I just started with something called Little Fires Everywhere. It has Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington, and it's been good so far. Well, good. I'm glad that we have streaming, and we have Netflix, and we have Apple TV, and we have Hulu, and we have all these different Amazon Prime, all these different things. It's like, man, there's so many awesome things going around that we still can watch. Imagine if we didn't have Netflix. if we didn't have, certain things out there. Man, it would be terrible right now. What would you be doing with your time without binging shows on Netflix, watching stuff online, watching YouTube, watching stuff like that? It's just crazy, right? So I'm personally getting back into working out, getting back into playing video games. I have a PS4, and I've just started back playing probably about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks now, God of War. I played it. I beat the story when I rented it from Redbox when I used to do that. And then I, went back and I bought it for like $10, Black Friday. Great deal, great thing, has great replayability. And it's pretty awesome to, if you're staying home, you're not bored to death as well. People are probably watching The Walking Dead, and I'm definitely got some ideas for new videos. So if you don't have to post it here, but if you can post it on other comments, I definitely read them. I haven't been able to reply to a lot of comments on YouTube because they got rid of the old way. They have the new format, new way of posting things and replying, and it's really slow and it's really sluggish, and it says like a long script error a lot of the time, and I try to click on it and I type and it's delayed, and I type and it's delayed, and hopefully it gets ironed out so then I can reply to your comments on there. It's definitely something that I do like, replying to your comments. Mark, I haven't played Resident Evil 3. I watched it on YouTube, and it's a very short game. People are beating it in 3-4 hours, which is crazy to spend $50-$60 on a video game and you beat it in a day or less than half a day. That's crazy. Mark, you asked another good question. Bri, do you think Connie will just fade away like Heath? I doubt it. I think Connie is a character that needs to... I hope she comes back in the season 10 finale. We just don't know when she's coming back. There hasn't been much information. It's kind of crazy that Walking Dead Connie has been on the show for season 9, and then she vanished from the cave in season 10 episode 9, but Magna came back, and that's kind of weird. And I'm not sure if it all came to do with the story, the idea of that Lauren Ridloff is going to be in the Eternals movie. So was it filming there? Was it not? I'm not sure. So Negan, will the Q&A for episode 16 drop soon? No, because it hasn't come back to... The Q&A is, from what I gather, this is just my idea and what I gather, my deductive reasoning, is that the Q&As come out from the spoiler groups when the screeners come out to people. So you can watch the episode, and they watch the episode ahead of time to review them, to do all that. They come out to Forbes and Entertainment Weekly and wherever they come out. That's when you're going to get the Q&A, and that's not happening anytime soon. So stop asking Negan. I just answered your question. Stop spamming the chat on there. That Q&A will come out when it comes out. We will share it with you. We will break it down when it comes out. But most likely, it's going to be the idea when the episode is going to air that Friday on AMC Premiere. If not, or Sunday, whatever you watch it, it's going to come out later. So we'll see what happens with that. When it gets closer to it, I will share it with you. No information. Hopefully we get news and it's spreading like wildfire. Comicbook.com, Entertainment Weekly, all the other places that come out with information. Hopefully it comes out sooner rather than later. It'll probably be on AMC Premiere as a thing. We'll probably get a thing on YouTube saying that when it's going to be released, and it's going to spread like wildfire, like this day, that day, May 20, whatever it is, whatever it's going to be out, it'll be out, and it's going to be there, and we'll watch it, and then people will complain. So I really hope that it's good, if not great, because if it's not great, people are going to complain. We waited all this time for this? Why didn't they just extend it? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Blah, blah, blah. That's what people are going to say. I guarantee it. Even if it's a great episode. And it really needs to be a great episode, because what happens is that people have been waiting and waiting and waiting. And people are getting impatient about life, not just about TV shows. People want to go back to work. They want to go back to making money. They want to go back to whatever they want to do. And being on the show, waiting on shows is another thing for sure. So OP Oscar 905, hi from Holland. Hello. Noah from Australia. Very cool. Mike 35, greetings from Iraq. My guy Mike 35 in the military. Hopefully you're okay. Hopefully you're safe. And I wonder how this is affecting you guys. So Mike 35, if you can answer this, I wonder how it is with all this COVID-19, stuff going out in Iraq or overseas in the Middle East. Hopefully you guys are safe and they're taking precautions. Like, how is it really impacting you guys, the state of the world right now? Wilson, Q&A, Brian, did you hear anything about dog? Seems to be this idea that something happens to him. Well, again, Wilson, people are going to spread, I don't know, diarrhea of the mouth is a great term, because people want to have it be dog's going to do this and dog's going to die and dog's going to save Connie and dog's going to do this. The only thing that we know about dog is that he's at the hospital, so he's in danger. Norman Reedus said that he's going to do something heroic, and we still haven't seen that. Gary Page, hi from England. Very cool, very cool. Hi from Connecticut, Chris. And I'm not discounting, hello from California. So hello, everybody from Tampa, Florida. That's where I'm from. So, but I think dog, I have personally a theory about dog. I hope that he's safe. I think he will be safe because people don't want to see that. People don't want to see, dog die. They don't want to see Shiva die, and they don't want to see animals die on the show. They really don't. And I don't know if you'd want to see that. I don't want to see that, but we'll see what happens going forward. So Brandy from Kansas, so pretty cool. Christopher, did you check out JDM's new show? I watched the first one with the guy from Supernatural, then his wife, Kristen Serratos, who's Rosita on the show, and the doctor. It's okay. I'm not really watching it too much. And then I knew that Abraham was going to be on it, Michael Cutlitz, and then Sarah Wayne Callies Lori was going to be on it, and then some other person. It's kind of cool. I'm glad they're doing something on AMC. Like, I don't know what else they would show because they don't really have that much stuff, and they can't really film stuff as well. But, it's kind of cool. It's something different. It's just a little weird and a little wonky because of the 4 panels and where they're going to talk and who's talking and how to answer and everything. So, but I know people like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and how they do that. And, he is a captivating guy. So that is pretty cool. And I'm glad it's on there for sure. So, I'm glad you guys are definitely not being bored. And we're lucky that we can watch a lot of things right now, too. I know I'm doing some home projects as well. I've been doing some different caulking around the house and some stuff outside and working with that. And, I just bought some things on Amazon that'll be here next week. And I'll hopefully be able to do some more house projects because this is the time to do it now, right? Because I know when I get back to life and back to being a physical therapist and back to working in the clinics and back to doing all this stuff, it's interesting because I wonder if, once we get back to life, anybody's going to be like, man, I wish I was back on on quarantine where I could just stay home and not do anything. I just was like, kind of miss those days. But my wife is working from home, so she's kind of working regular hours. I'm probably working a little more hours because you don't have to drive to the office and you're working from your house. So she works, from 8 to whenever, and then we have lunch, and then she works from there. And so I'm busy doing the editing of the book series and watching YouTube and making YouTube videos and then playing God of War and a bunch of things like that. So, and working out. So hopefully you guys, if you followed me on Instagram, that is my home gym. That is actually our gym right now. My wife's actually working out right now as I make this live stream and spend with time with you guys. So hopefully you guys are making it work. Whatever it is, you're being safe because that's the biggest thing. Gary Page, hey, Q&A, Bri, how do you think the season will end? Well, on a cliffhanger is the easy answer because I know that Angela Kang said that we're going to have a cliffhanger. Is it going to be multiple cliffhangers? What's the cliffhanger? Are we going to meet the Commonwealth and not Stephanie? Are we going to meet Stephanie? Is Beta going to live? Is he going to survive? Is he going to get away? Is Maggie going to come save the day? Is it going to be a bunch of those things? Are we going to lose somebody? Is somebody going to get bit and then it's a sad goodbye and we don't know if they live or someone, if they get bit, they're not going to live. But we'll see how it goes with a bunch of people this season, or it's the season at the end of the episode for this season. And we haven't really lost a lot of people this season, if you think about it, right? We've lost, okay, let's think about who we lost. First half, we lost Dante, Sadiq. Is that really it in the first half of season 10? Right? I mean, who do we really lose? Not really anybody, right? So we'll go with Dante and Sadiq is all I can think of. And then in the back half of season 10, we lost Alpha, which was a big loss. We lost, I don't know, it's a big character loss. We lost Earl. Michonne left, even though it's considered a loss for the show. But then we gained Virgil. So it's like we actually gained more characters than anything, So we'll have to see what it is. Yeah, boy, Bomb. We're not sure when the episode's going to air, when it's going to release yet. So we'll release it when it gets released. Go talk to AMC. Go contact them. Maybe they have a better answer. We don't know just yet. And so thank you guys for on there. Someone said a question here about, is it? Christopher says, I heard that Ryan Hurst got cast on a new show. And he did, I believe, per Variety or something. He's going to be in a different show. So I don't know if he's going to make it out of season 10, but I think he will. Going into season 11, and maybe it's a small role. Maybe he can film both, and maybe he cannot. We don't know when they're going to start filming for sure. So, Mike35 says, quarantine like everybody else. I'm a Ranger, so we stay separate from others all the time. Yeah, so stay safe out there, brother. Mike35. I know that we just got to be careful out there, and thank you for your service and being a big part of it. So I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody. And I have nothing but support and love and respect for, people in the military, in the police force, people in any kind of EMTs, nurses, doctors, everything that are like that, people that are doing service like that. But my brother was in the Army, so I have nothing but respect for anybody. And I have a lot of patients that were in all branches of the military, and I have nothing but respect for that. And that's why I have a big military presence in my book series. Hopefully you guys are checking it out. So Mike35, thank you for your service. Thank you for being here, and enjoy your lunch on there too. So thank you guys for being there. I appreciate it, being here, taking the time, because, you choose to be here for it. You don't have to. You choose to be here as well. So they definitely have that The Walking Dead is going to be back in May, and then I would assume that when The Walking Dead ends, season 10, episode 16, we're going to have World Beyond. There hasn't been much talk if the World Beyond has been done. That could be all done, and post-production could be all done on that, or maybe you have to wait to finish that first episode or not, because that episode has started a while ago. Like, that finished a while ago. So that was only 10 episodes, by the way, too. So I don't know if we're waiting on that, or if they're just trying to be the idea that we're going to have The Walking Dead season 10 end and go right into World Beyond, and they want to do that. So I think that's what it is. We're waiting on the World Beyond. We're waiting for the season 10 to end, and then we're going to roll right into World Beyond. So hopefully we get that, and then we'll get 10 episodes of that, 10 weeks of that, and then Fear the Walking Dead right into there too. So Negan says, sorry for the spam. So the Twitter spoiler emoji parts are mostly fake then? Well, no, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, we just don't know what's going to be there. So the emoji thing, hopefully you guys checked out the video with it. We don't know. We don't know if it's fake. We don't know if the stuff is legit or not. To answer something with emojis could be fake. It could be real. It could be legit. It's also open to interpretation. When you have something with the idea of the smiley face or the baby running around, or, a thumbs up is obviously like, okay, 100% means you're okay, but, when something has a cup of coffee or something, you're like, oh, what does that mean? So we'll have to see when it comes down. And I'm okay talking about, potential spoilers, speculation, rumors, because I don't mind it. Maybe they're legit, maybe they're not. But sometimes stuff comes out and it's like, it seems fake and it's true. And sometimes it's so crazy out there and it's super fake and everything in between. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with season 10. But people, we're going to lose people. We know that the good guy, Beta, or we know the good guys are going to beat the bad guys. Beta and the Whisperers, either they get taken out or some escape. I would assume that Maggie comes and just goes away. Maggie comes and takes everybody out, and she's done going away. She's going to be with her group, whether it's Georgie and the twins or some other people. We're going to get some new. Are we going to get more new characters though? I mean, right? So in season 9, we had the Saviors and Rick and Jadis, or Ann, and the group and everything there too. We lost a lot of the Saviors. Rick went away, and Jadis, whatever you want to call her, went away. Then we saw all these people, come and go. And then in the back half, and then in the time jump in season 9, episode 5 and 6, we got Magna's group, which is a bunch of people. Then we got Alpha and the Whispers and Mary and Lydia and Beta, all those new people. Then we lost a couple people. And then we lost a bunch of people at the end of season 9. So we gained people, lose people, gain people, lose people. We gained Dante, lost Sadiq, lost Dante. So they kind of equal each other out. And then we had these people. We lost Michonne. It's kind of all these characters that are coming and going. And how many people we have a lot of characters in The Walking Dead, right? Some are from the comics, some are for the show, some have outlived their comic counterpart. Are we going to really gain that many people with Maggie? Because Maggie's coming back, and I would assume Herschel is with her, a younger 6, 7, 8-year-old Herschel, however old he is. Georgie, is she coming back? Maybe, maybe not. The twins there, are we going to have new characters, right? So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Wilson, we lost Gamma in the back half of season 10. But we gained, we lost Mary, we lost Alpha, we lost some Whispers, who really cares? We lost Michonne, and, we gained Virgil, so we're losing characters, we're gaining characters, so we're not sure what it is on there, too. So, Paras 34 Q&A, hey, Brian, do you think the masked character is a female? I personally think so, that I think that the masked person is a female. I said that from day one, since I saw the body type and the thighs and the hands and it just seems like it's a skinny woman. Is it Maggie? Is it Connie? Is it Melody? Is it, who are these? Who is this person? Is it Hilda or Midge? Are there two of them? Because I don't know if we're going to have Aaron and Alden, like you see it in the clip, and you see the person with the commas come out, and you see and if you remember the clip, you know that Whispers are still coming after Aaron and Alden. So is there another person going to come and save the day for Aaron, or is someone going to throw the masked person going to throw the comma and it hits the Whisperer as they come? Does the character have to be a new character that the masked person is? It's a metal mask. So did Earl make that mask? I don't know. It's a lot of questions that I'm going to make future videos this coming week about it, and some of the things I want to talk about for sure. So, Anton Sozo, do you think Maggie will be in a relationship with Alden? I kind of thought that it could have been that if Maggie didn't go away. Dante and Maggie are together in the comics. Dante is not a Whisperer in the comics. Will Maggie have another relationship? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think right away. I think it could be Alden. A lot of people thought that from, season 8 and season 9 that they could have had a relationship or a connection, but then Alden ended up with Enid because Maggie went away. So I thought the plan was to have Alden with somebody. Turns out it was Enid, and then Enid got killed off. So I don't know. That's the thing that could happen down the road. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't think it's reaching, but maybe Alden could be with Maggie. Janet Person says maybe it's Winnie. It could be Winnie. That's a thing. That's a video that I'm going to make this week. That Winnie is a character that we met once in season 9. It was like she was there, she was gone, she survived, she ran away, and we haven't seen her since. So we thought Winnie could have been a Whisperer. Didn't happen. We thought Winnie could be coming around, and we didn't see it. So it's going to happen on there too. But I love that's going to be part of my crazy theory segments. I'm going to do a weekly segment video of a crazy theory that's going around, and I think that's a kind of a crazier theory, which is kind of cool too. So, Grape Tomato Girl, how you been? How you been? Did we get a confirmation of what's happened to Heath? I think the only thing that's been confirmed about Heath is that Jadis had the RV, and I think Angela Kang pretty much confirmed that Heath was traded to CRM by Jadis, and that's where he is. Heath is with CRM. Is Heath going to be connected with the World Beyond, the Rick movies, or never to be seen again? To be honest, I don't really care that much about Heath. Heath was kind of a waste of a character, and it was a terrible casting. If they're like, oh, we're gonna get Corey Hawkins and he's a great actor and we can do all this, and he's like, yeah, I don't really want to do that part. I'm gonna be in season 5, 6, and a couple episodes sparingly, and then never to come back. I mean, we haven't seen him since season 7, episode 6, and we're coming up on season 11. That's a long time, right? So it makes sense that he's connected with something outside of it. I don't know what Gimple's going to do, but we'll see. I don't know if I would like it to be not a loose end. It is kind of, I don't know if it's a plot hole, a loose end, continuity error or something, but whatever you want to call it, it's something that needs to be answered. And I'm really glad they answered the whole Morales thing, that he was a savior and it was a reach and it was too far and it was terrible. And, if you saw a recent interview by that actor, Juan I forget his actual name, but he said that he didn't like coming back as a savior, be coming back that way. And I don't blame him, because if I was a character that was in the first season of The Walking Dead and I went away and I was going to come back, I would want to come back to save the day or be part of a group that I would last more than 2 episodes. He was in one episode that we found out he was pointing a gun at Rick, and then Daryl came in and shot him with the crossbow the next episode. So he was minimally in it, and he had this weird, creepy voice, and it just didn't work too. So, Mix Shorty Taj 123. Do you think the masked person is with Maggie? I think so. I think it would fit. I think the best thing that the masked fighter person would be is that it connects with Maggie, and it's someone that we kind of are familiar with, or it's a new character, or it's somebody that's with Oceanside. I thought that would be pretty cool if it was a character from Oceanside, and I have a theory that I'll share, next week what happens, in that video. But I think that I have a list of characters that could be the masked person. I'm going to share my theories why they're ridiculous, why they make sense, why they could happen, why they wouldn't make happen, So I think that it could be Winnie, it could be Mercer, it could be someone from Oceanside, it could be someone on there too. So we'll have to see how it goes down for it. But I'm excited to see what happens, and I know that you are as well, and it's taking forever for it to happen and to be on television. And this is unprecedented times. So many things are delayed, so many things are postponed. So life is postponed right now too. And it's crazy to think that next weekend is going to be May. We'll have our next live stream next Sunday, and it'll be the first weekend in May, and we'll be able to talk about whatever we're talking about. Hopefully we have some more information about it. I don't know when they're going to get lifted. More and more states will maybe lift some bans of travel or opening businesses and stay-at-home orders, and I know Georgia did some things, and they did some things, and they did some things, but you can't start filming a show with minimal people because you have lighting and sound and camera and craft services and all these different things to make it happen. The actors, the cast, the crew, the people around there. You have to be around there, and that's more than 10 people, more than 6 people, more than these people, and you can't film The Walking Dead. What if everybody has masks now, right? So it's season 11 of The Walking Dead, and everybody's got a mask on, and they had to film with masks on. That's not going to really work, right? Too. So they're still working remotely. They're not filming anything yet. It was going to be late April, early May, and that's coming up. Next week is the last week of April into May. So I think they were going to start May 4th. That looks to be getting pushed back. And the longer it gets pushed back, probably the longer that it's going to take to actually watch us. There's no Comic-Con, so hopefully you've seen the news about San Diego Comic-Con is canceled, which sucks because that's when they drop and post a lot of trailers, a lot of panels, a lot of information. Not just Walking Dead, but Walking Dead is definitely there. So we'll have to see how that's going to be. I don't know if they're going to... When they have to film... For us to get a trailer, you can't film anything and not have a how are you going to have a trailer and you didn't film anything? That's just not going to work. So we'll have to see. I mean, March, April into May, this is just the start of things right now too. We'll have to see how the virus and everything impacts summer into fall, into winter, into that. Sports, shows, movies, school, it's going to be a thing. We'll have to see where it's at, what's going to happen. For sure. So don't know what's going to happen down the road with things, but you got to be positive. It's one of those situations that hopefully we can look back at it and we can be like, wow, remember 2020? Remember how crazy it was? Remember March, April, May? And hopefully that's it. Hopefully we won't get a second problem in September like they're kind of saying, what the doctors are saying. And I'm not sure if they truly know 100% like what it's going to be because you can't predict the future, right? I mean, you can't predict how's it going to be, what's going down, what's going to happen, in August, September, later this year. We just don't know. I just know that later on this year, hopefully we'll be able to get some filming news, some stuff production, Walking Dead, World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead. I know lately Fear the Walking Dead's been getting more information coming out. I think their plan was to release season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead in August. If that's still the plan or not, we just don't know. So let's talk about the comic a little bit. I know people ask me all the time, are we going to get the Andrea death? Is it going to be the Andrea death? Who's going to get the Andrea death? Do you think we'll get the Andrea death? For those who don't know, in the comic, Andrea was still alive. Rick was still alive. Andrea, basically the Whispers and the Walkers, they go attack Alexandria. Father Gabriel is in a water tower. He's supposed to blow a horn to signify or to notify when the Walkers and the Whispers are coming. He freaks out, goes down the ladder, gets caught, breaks his leg, is stuck there upside down, and he's there. He doesn't let anybody know that the Walkers and the Whispers are coming. He doesn't blow the horn to give them the signal. Beta kind of takes out, it's pretty awesome, takes out Father Gabriel, and it's a big comic death. Did we get that? No. The water tower is a big part of the Whisperer War. It's probably one of the biggest deaths, I would say. I mean, Alpha that thing starts the Whisperer War, but it's kind of before, but ultimately in the Whisperer War, it's a pretty big death. It's a pretty iconic thing until you remember. You're like, man, it's pretty epic, right? All you have to say is Father Gabriel comic death, and you're like, oh, I know what that is, right? So, but then the Walkers start coming towards Alexandria. They have a plan. Dwight's a big part of the war, and they do this, and it's kind of crazy, and it's pretty awesome. And Eugene and the group, they get back in time because he's making bullets, which I made a video recently about it on there, and it didn't happen on the show because he's going to meet Stephanie in the Commonwealth, so that's not going to happen. But he's coming back. He's on a horseback, and I don't know who, I forget who's with Andrea in the group, but she comes to save Eugene, who falls off his horse, I believe, and he gets surrounded by Walkers. Andrea comes in, saves Eugene, and in the process, she gets bit on the neck. And it's the end of one of the comics. I think it's 165 or 166. I'm blanking on which issue it is on there. But she gets bit on the neck. And it's pretty anticlimactic because it's like a circle with some blood splatter on there. And we're like, was she bit? Was she not? We're not sure. And then she gets bit. And it's a sad goodbye with Rick. And because Rick and Andrea are together. It's kind of like the Michonne-Rick thing that happened on the show. But Andrea is still alive. And that's where they were hinting at in early seasons that they were going to end up together, but it didn't happen. And, it's a whole big thing. But Andrea gets bit on the neck trying to lead the Walkers away, saving Eugene. But Eugene's not here. Eugene is with Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Princess to go to the Commonwealth. So that's not happening. But is it going to happen? And Andrea's not on the show. So Andrea's not on the show. Rick's not on the show. Michonne's not on the show. Dwight's not on the show. Eugene is in a different part, so it's kind of crazy to be what's going to happen on there, because I would assume that our group, Daryl, Luke, Jules, Carol, Kelly, Jerry, Beatrice, or whoever it actually is, they're going to lead the Walkers away from the hospital to get away. But if you think about it, right, the hospital, it doesn't matter if the Walkers are surrounding the hospital. They can't get up on the second floor. They're stuck there. But the Whispers can. So you have to be worried about the Whispers. I guess the Whispers and the Walkers and everything surround the hospital. Could just go out the back or go out a way. But, I don't know. They really should have had a way in and a way out, but we'll see how it goes out. We haven't seen. So people are thinking that Andrea's death is going to happen to somebody. Because that's kind of what happens on the comic, and she saves somebody, and she's helping to lead the Walkers away, and she's a heroic person to kind of save, and she was far better in the comic than on the show, in my opinion. But who's going to be that person? I doubt Daryl's going to die. I doubt Carol's going to die. We just don't know who's going to get it. To me, it makes the most sense that it's Father Gabriel. People think Carol. Why? Because Carol's a woman, Andrea's a woman. Yep, it's a big death. Andrea dying in the comic was a big death. Carol dying on the show would be a huge death. It's not even the same thing how Andrea was a very important character in the comic, but Carol is part of the big two. It's Daryl and Carol. That would be so crazy. And say Carol dies, right? What's going to happen with Daryl? He's going to go off the rails. He's going to go crazy. What's he going to do? The walkers are gone, or they're going to be around, but the whispers and the walker threat will probably be gone. Maybe Beta's out there. Are we going to have Daryl go after Beta? Are we going to have that happen? I just don't know if it's going to happen on the show like that. I doubt it would be Carol. It just doesn't make sense for where they're going to go with the writing. I think it makes more sense for it to be Father Gabriel. He's a pretty big character. I just think Daryl, Carol, safe. Negan, it could happen that way, but I think Negan-Maggie interaction, I want to see that way too. And I think that the Carol-Daryl situation needs to build for the future. Daryl, Carol, Judith, Lydia, whoever are going to build the show. Father Gabriel, part of the love quadrangle. We lost Sadiq. Rosita's still around, but I think she's safe. And Eugene is part of that, but he went away, so I think Eugene is safe. Or could we lose Rosita? Sure. Could we lose Father Gabriel? Definitely. My pick is that it gets flipped to Father Gabriel trying to do something heroic. I'm not sure if he gets bit or if he gets killed by Beta, kind of like his comic reference, comic death. But I don't know if it's going to happen there too. So I don't know. I think it fits better between Rosita or Father Gabriel for that if we're getting it at all. You know, because the show is the show and the comic is the comic, right? So, you know, remember when we had All Out War and it was season 7 that it was building for that. So season 7, when we had Jadis's group going to Alexandria and Michonne was on the rooftop with that weird, creepy lady from from the scavengers, the Jadis people, the trash people. It was before All Out War because All Out War was season 8. But she looked like Comic Andrea. The one was like, we win, or we're going to win, or whatever. And she had the gun, and she had the look, and she had the freckles, and she had the blonde hair. That is a shot-for-shot Comic Andrea thing. Comic Andrea, she gets beat up by some saviors, but she lives, and she survives. Kind of happened the same thing with Michonne, and it was basically the Michonne character was the Andrea character, and she got beat up and she lived, but it was kind of a thing there too. So I don't know what's going to happen with it. Are we going to get the water tower death? Are we going to get the Andrea death? Could be remixed. Could be happening. Both could happen. Maybe not. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's totally different. Maybe they happen. Maybe they don't. But I don't know. A lot of people are saying that it's Carol because they just want it to be Carol, I guess. And because if Andrea got it, then who's the other woman going to get on the show? They remix things all the time. When Abraham got shot by Dwight with the bolt through the eye, it was flipped to Denise. So it didn't have to be a man got it in the comic, so a guy's got to get it on the show. You can flip things all the time. So just because Andrea got it in the comic doesn't mean that it has to happen to another woman. And to me, my theory is that it's Father Gabriel. But we'll have to see. We just don't know. So there's been a lot of talk of spin-offs. Are we going to get a Michonne movie? Are we going to get a Daryl movie? Are we going to get a Michonne series? Are we going to get this? I don't know. I mean, I personally would think that, are they going to find Rick on the show? It better be mentioned, right? I mean, it has to be a big thing because Judith didn't tell Daryl because she was worried that Daryl would leave too, like Michonne did. And I can understand that a little bit, but Daryl needs to find out about Rick. And I think the person to do that is Virgil. I think that's the only reason why Virgil came back around, is to tell the group to basically tell Daryl, because Daryl and Michonne were the only two people looking for Rick that we saw. Maybe they had a convoy out, maybe more people were out, but it was definitely a point of emphasis when Michonne and Daryl were out looking for Rick. They cared about looking for Rick. And that was the whole X's and, on the scars and the X scars on the back. And, we saw people looking at it from a standpoint of the two people that I got out of it that cared about Rick were probably, other characters, but ultimately Daryl and Michonne. And if Daryl and Michonne don't go after Rick and find Rick, that's a missed opportunity. Maybe we get a movie where Daryl goes, maybe we get season 11 and there's not really a problem. The Whisperers are gone. Beta is definitely gone. He's killed off somehow. The big thing is the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth is not a villainous group like the Whisperers. They're not going to go attack Alexandria and the Hilltop. The Saviors are gone, so we don't have to worry about that angle. Remember in the comic, after all that, Sherry and the Saviors came? That's not happening on the show. I mean, as far as we know right now, right? Because Fear the Walking Dead, are they coming back to The Walking Dead? Is Morgan and company going to bring them back? Maybe. Maybe after season 12. Maybe it happens. Maybe it doesn't. We have some information potentially about that happening down the road, but we just don't know. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation, a lot of stuff, right? So I'm sure other channels, they have this big, bold thing in a thumbnail or a title, and they draw you in, and they're like, yeah, this is going to happen, and it's a theory, and it's not true, right? But when I talk about it, and I discuss it, and I say it in a way like that too, people are like, all it is 10 minutes of speculation. Because we don't know 100%. Do you just want me to make videos and say, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and just say all this stuff? And I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Is that what you want? Because that's what I think other channels do, or at least that's what people tell me, and we'll have to see what happens, and that's all right. But that's not me. That's not my bottom line. My bottom line is having high quality information, content, videos that have stuff that is legit. Confirmed information when it is. When it's not, we say rumor, speculation. We say what it is. And I share information with you that is important information to put the headline or the disclaimer, this may or may not occur, but use your decisions with it. You know, people want definites. They want big things. They want confirmed information. Like, people want the episode bad. They want the episode weeks ago. But unfortunately, we don't have it. We don't have those things. Right? So we don't know. I know a lot of people want, I have ideas for videos coming up, and definitely post it in the comments that I want to know what, if you have any ideas, or you can message me or over there too, because I like the idea of, like RPRS34 just said, how come Negan or Gabriel never said a word to the group about the helicopter and Jadis disappearing? That's a great question. I'm definitely going to make a video about that, because it's definitely a thing. The Walking Dead is a great show. You know, if you don't say it's great, it's very good. It's definitely up there. It's one of my favorite shows. It definitely, season 1 through season 6, I would say it's one of my favorite shows of all time. And season 7 came along. I'm like, I don't know. This is a misstep. Season 8, a little better step, but not good. Season 9, put it back on track. Season 10, you know. But my favorite shows of all time didn't have 10 seasons. Going to be 11 seasons of a show. I mean, you know, none of my shows that I consider the shows that I watch and I love to watch, like Sopranos, that had 6 seasons. Breaking Bad, 5 seasons, right? So if you have a limited amount of time, a limited amount of seasons, you can put stuff together. Maybe some things get rushed and some things do that to wrap it up in a nice, pretty package. But The Walking Dead has a lot of stories, a lot of villains, a lot of groups, a lot of communities, a lot of characters, and sometimes, a lot of times they hit the mark and they do a great job with it, but we still want to know about the PPP card. We want to know where Heath is. We want to know what's going to happen with Rick and Michonne and, you know, all these characters. Where's Maggie been all this time? What's going to happen with that? What's going to happen with the helicopter? Are we never going to see a helicopter again? Was the whole CRM thing just about taking Rick away? Is that all it was? If Father Gabriel dies, he's never going to tell anybody about the helicopter that we saw. But if Negan lives, maybe he talks about it. But if they both live, they have opportunity. And I personally would like to see them talk about it a little bit more too. So we just not sure what Gimple's up to. I just think CRM is the big global thing that can connect all the shows. It has a connection with the Walking Dead, World Beyond, and Fear the Walking Dead, and the connecting point with the Rick Grimes movies. So you have the big global glue that is CRM that kind of connects everything. You're just like, okay, bring it in here. That connects there. And okay, that's good. And throw a little helicopter in there. Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, throw that in there an episode or 2. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, mix it all up a little bit. Okay. What's the glue that binds them all? CRM. And I like the idea that we have some other community, or we have like a campus, like some other people that are in college in Nebraska State University. And then we have the pioneer people. And then we have the military, the Civic Republic military. That's what CRM is. So we don't know what's going to happen with all the things. I don't mind waiting, but I do want answers. We really should got an answer about Heath by now, right? I mean, that was season 7, episode 6. I just wish Gimple would give us an answer a little bit more. And maybe the PPP card was foreshadowing Tara's death. It looks like a head on a pike. Pike. Right? And she was one of those people. So it fits. So we'll have to see around. But thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to go for another 10 minutes. I want to give an update on my book series, Fight for Us. Fight for Us Power will be the next book that comes out. I'm waiting on my wife to read a couple more chapters, and she's about halfway done. There's 18 chapters in it. I'm going to go back and do my final edit. I finished the cover. I finished this. And then I can't wait to have my wife finish her read through and edit. And then I'll do my final edit. And then we'll send it to Amazon. We'll get the book, everything okayed. Check it out and do everything there. And then it'll be up. So the plan is to have it in May. I'm hoping for, a month or less. So if it's April 26th as I make this video, hopefully May 26th or less. Hopefully we'll be there to have it ready to go. So did I lose the connectivity? Oh, coming back. I lost connection here. So I don't know what's happening there. I don't know why we're offline, but I think we're coming back. I don't know. Sorry, guys. We lost some connection there. Nope. We're still sending it. So we don't know. I think we're back. I think we're not. So I think we're having some technical difficulties with the stream strength of it too. So, but I think we're there. But we'll see, guys. Hopefully you guys are still hearing me, seeing me on there. But hopefully you guys will definitely check out the book series. If you're not a subscriber already, hit that subscribe button. What we got here too. So thank you guys. Thank you, 21 Mix Swagger. Your channel is the best around in my opinion. I thank you. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate it. R. Paras 34 Q&A. Brian, who do you think was the worst comic to show character? I feel it's a toss-up between Andrea and Tyrese. That's a good question. They're both terrible, both those characters. So I think that's a good tie. I think that's a good tie between the two characters. Comic Andrea and Tyrese were far better in the comics. And I think a lot of comic characters were better in the comic, or the characters were better in the comics, except for Daryl, because he's not in the comic, and Jerry, not in the comic, But if you're a comic character and you come to the show, weren't they always better in the comic? Like Jesus was far better in the comic. Andrea, Tyrese, far better in the comic. So I think it's a three-way tie between Andrea, Tyrese, and Jesus are the worst adaptations for the show from the comic. But those are good choices for sure. William Brown, Q&A. Anyone notice Deanna and her family were from Ohio? Didn't make it back because of government officials. CRM Easter egg. That is a great point, William Brown. I like that. We'll have to talk about that in a future video, but I'll give you some credit on there too. But that's a good thing because Ohio is the Commonwealth connection in the comic. That may be where it goes in the show. Probably is going to go there between the show too. And just to put the disclaimer out, when they met Princess, that was not Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, the Princess of Pittsburgh, that is just for the comic. They did not go to Pittsburgh. They went to a different city. We don't know the city. We don't know where they went. But Ohio is where the Commonwealth was. Maybe the Miltons did know the Monroes. Deanna, Reg, Spencer, those Monroes on there too. Pretty cool stuff. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. Appreciate the comments. And you're taking there's some good stuff on there too. You guys always do a great job with interaction on there. And I do love my moderators and my PT peeps. I do appreciate it for sure. Man, there you go. 21 Mix Swagger asks, what if the masked person is Madison from Fear the Walking Dead? Madison is gone. Madison is not alive. Please go check out my finally video about Madison with Madison on the thumbnail. I don't believe Madison will ever be seen besides flashbacks or some hallucination type thing. Madison, I believe, is not ever coming back, and I'm okay with that. I don't know what it is on there for sure. So, yeah, I don't know what happened before. I had some problem with my uploading of it, but I should be going there too. So we'll go for, what do we got? A couple more minutes of it. So definitely post your comments in the top chat on there too. Super chats are always welcome, but I appreciate it. So if you can, guys, if you're not already a subscriber, I say it in every video because it does mean a lot to me. And it's a couple seconds where we say, hey guys, before we get started, please hit that subscribe button. Help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers, because it is a lot too. And we're right there. Before I did the live stream, I think I had 92,620 or something around there too. So it was 92,600, and we were super close to it. Hopefully when The Walking Dead comes back, World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead, hopefully we'll achieve that goal this summer, if not this fall, over there too. So pretty cool stuff. Thank you, Renee, for posting that on there too. So if you see in the description of this video, and you can see Fight For Us books on our Amazon store paid link, and you go to amazon.com/shop/the PT channel, you can go check out the book series right there too. And I have notes on all the books. So if it's book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we have 11 books of that. Book 12 is going to be Power. That'll be out later this year, hopefully next month. We're on track. I mean, that's ahead of schedule, right? I did not plan on having the next Fight For Us book out until like November. But now it's going to be back in May. That's pretty awesome. That's a way ahead of schedule. So I'm thinking about I'm probably going to write the second book of In 100 Days. So In 100 Days Part 2 after Power gets done. I definitely want to have that. And then I'll start the 13th book of Fight For Us, or vice versa, because I have definitely some things there too. So I definitely love the story of Fight For Us. It's something that it's a good outlet for the zombie apocalypse. It's, an homage and showing some love to my friends, my family, my wife, my father, and everything there too, because at the end of the day, I think that the people that are closest to you, or to me at least, I want them to feel appreciated and loved, and to know how much they truly mean to me. And you can tell them, you can text them, you can say that, but if I put it in writing in a book for the world to read, to me, I think that's a big thing, and it's awesome, because I think that the zombie apocalypse story with a friend, friends, loved ones, it's awesome, because I definitely think that it's a cool thing. And it's the big thing too, is who you're around in the zombie apocalypse too, right? So we follow Rick Grimes. He was shot, hospital, coma. It's a big thing that he gets out of it, and he's looking for his family. I just think that that's a cool thing, and he finds them. Imagine if he never found his family. That'd be pretty terrible. You want to have a build up, and you want to have a payoff, right? You want to be building up something, and you want to have certain payoff too. And the big thing about it is you want to like these characters. You want to like Rick or Daryl, Carol, whoever you want to like, right? I think the idea of liking characters and then not liking characters, you want to have strong emotions. You like that character, you love that character, you hate that character, you tolerate that character, whatever it is, you want to have, you can not like a character, and that's okay. Some characters you're not supposed to like. But you'd be surprised, right? Like, are you supposed to like Negan? Are you not? But there's a big group of people that love Negan. They loved him from the first day he came in and had the lineup and did everything, and people like him. Personally, Negan has grown with me. I'd say that I like him now more than I've ever liked him before, because he took out Alpha. We knew that was happening. He was kept alive to take out Alpha. It doesn't make sense because of the whole thing with, he's a threat. He's a big threat. You have to neutralize your threats in the zombie apocalypse, right? I don't know what's going to happen with it, with Negan, Maggie, the future of it. Is he going to go away in the comic? But right now, Negan has done some big things on the show. And I asked a big point. I thought it was a great talking point. It's in the discussion video about Negan and Maggie. And what Maggie hasn't been around since season 9, episode 5. So she hasn't been around really all of season 10, except for the last episode. We're going to see her, right? So 15 episodes of that. And then 8 episodes, 9 episodes, like a season and a half, more than a season and a half. Maggie hasn't been around. But in that time, Negan saved Judith, saved Dog, saved Aaron, saved, took out Alpha, saved Lydia, did a lot of big things, right? And Maggie hasn't been around at all. Maggie hasn't done anything. So as of late, who would you say is more important, Negan or Maggie? Now, if and probably when Maggie comes and saves the day in the season 10 finale, it should set up some interaction with them. And I want to see what they do with that. I want to see the interaction. Now, Maggie and Negan, they shouldn't be best buddies, but maybe they tolerate each other. Kind of like Daryl and Negan. Negan's done some terrible things. But if Negan has saved people, kids, Dog, big characters, he's got to win something, right? And some people are like, how can he say this and do those things? He killed Glenn and Abraham, and how can Maggie ever feel this way? I'm not saying Maggie's got to be best buds with him. But ultimately, I think that Maggie, the interaction with Maggie and Negan is something I want to see, because we want to see what's going to happen with that for sure too. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for showing the love, Brandy and Krista and Janet and Renee and all the people, Billy and my guys and my Fight For Us, all my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters. I truly appreciate it on there too. So let me see. RSG Vormax at question. Who were the military guys the governor killed? Were they part of the Commonwealth? Were they part of the same people who took Rick, or just USA military forces? I think it was just for season 3. I don't see any connecting point with the Commonwealth, with the World Beyond, with CRM or anything like that. I think it was just connected with the people for that story arc with the governor. It would be pretty cool if they were part of the military CRM or something there too, but that was just so long ago, and I don't think that was part of anything, and I don't see any connecting point with it, unfortunately. So thank you guys for joining me. Sorry for that technical difficulty when I was dropping there. I truly appreciate it. I don't know when it dropped out and what was actually said and what actually made it across, but Fight For Us. Check out the book series. The link is in the description below. Check it out. Fight For Us. Hope you join the fight and pick your copy today. Power will be out next month. I'm super excited for that. It's a great book. A lot of big stuff happens, and I'm truly excited to share that with you. Hopefully you guys will be there checking it out and being a big part of it. And let me see. I'll do 07 Vipers. Last question here. Q&A. Do you think they would do a time jump after the Commonwealth arc and make a different kind of story arc with the kids older? Grown-up babies like Coco and Judith Gracie as teenagers. I think they have to do somewhat of a time jump, because we're going to have an older Judith, and we could recast Gracie. I don't think we're going to have a different Judith, because Kaylee Presley Fleming is awesome as Judith, and I would not want to see her. I want to see her be the role of Judith all the way through. Whenever Judith is done with the show, if she makes it to the very end. But I definitely want to see how it goes down the road with that. But I don't think there's going to be a time jump where we're going to have like the kids, like an RJ is 20 and Judith is 50. We're not going to have, I'm exaggerating, of course, but I don't think we're going to have that big of a time jump. Maybe at the very, 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 very end. But how could you have that much of a time jump if it depends on how they end it? But I personally don't think they have that too. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it on there too. See, William Brown, Negan has saved Lydia, Negan, Judith, Dog, since Maggie's been gone. He saved Daryl, and saved a bunch of people. So he's been pretty big with it too. And I'm not saying Negan is better than Maggie, but I'm saying as of late, Negan has done some big things too. So thank you guys for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Enjoy your Sunday. Be safe out there. I'll be back next Sunday for a live stream. Hopefully we'll have some new information, hopefully something about filming or something. Maybe that's another week where they can start opening things up and they can finish the post-production. But when we get information, whether it's speculation, rumors, spoilers, whatever it is, we share it with you. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and ring the bell to be notified when we post videos every day. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, blocking out the haters, staying true to yourself. Enjoy your Sunday. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next Sunday. And enjoy our videos if you haven't already, and we'll be posting videos all week. Thank you guys, and stay safe. See ya.